Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into one single word that has, well, completely taken over the internet and beyond. It seems so simple, but there's a lot packed into its 4 letters. You know what I'm talking about. It's Rizz.
All right, so let's get right into it. It kind of feels like 1 minute this word didn't even exist, and the next it was absolutely positively everywhere. It just exploded onto the scene and very quickly became this unavoidable part of how we talk online and even in real life.
So all of this leads to the one big question, right? The question you're probably asking yourself every time you see it pop up in a comment or a conversation: what does Rizz actually mean?
And look, you've definitely seen this word around. Maybe you're just scrolling your timeline, or you see it pop up in a news headline of all places. Or maybe you heard it from a younger cousin, or it just appeared in one of your group chats. The point is, it has definitely arrived.
Okay, so how do we even begin to pin down a word that's moving this fast? Well, we're about to cut through all that noise. We're going to go from mystery to clarity and unlock a definition that really gets to the heart of what this is all about.
Yeah, to figure this out, we've basically put together what we're calling the Lexicon of Rizz. You can think of it as our key, the thing that's going to help us decode the definitive answer to what this word really stands for.
And here it is. Boiled down, Rizz is, and I quote, short for charisma, the ability to charm someone. Simple, right? But don't let that simplicity fool you. There are 2 parts to this definition, and both are super important to really get what's going on here.
Okay, so let's tackle that first piece of the puzzle. This is the foundation, really. It connects this super new word to a very, very old idea.
So clue number 1 is right there in the open, short for charisma. What does that tell us? It tells us this isn't some brand new alien concept we've never seen before. Nope. It's more like a rebrand, a new, much more efficient package for a classic human quality.
And you can really see that relationship laid out here. On the left, you've got charisma. You know, that classic, timeless quality of influence we all recognize. And on the right, you've got Rizz. It's the 21st century shorthand for it, a modern, slicker term for that very same power.
All right, let's get to the second half of this definition, because this is where it gets really interesting. This is where Rizz stops being something you just have and becomes something you actually do. And that second clue is the phrase, the ability to charm someone. In that word, ability is everything here. It's so crucial because it tells you that Rizz isn't just about passively having charisma, it's about actively using it. It's a skill you can actually use to build a real connection.
So, what does that ability actually look like in practice? Well, it kind of breaks down into these 3 steps. It all starts with perception, like actually understanding what makes another person tick. From there, you build an effortless connection, a bridge between you. And that bridge leads to a natural, totally unforced influence that just draws them in.
Okay, so we've looked at the 2 pieces of the puzzle, charisma and the ability to charm. Now let's snap them together and see the full picture of what this word really means.
And when you put it all together, it becomes so clear. Rizz is just charisma in action. It's not just having that charm, it's the practical application of it. It's charisma with a job to do.
So, at the end of the day, what's the one thing you need to remember? It's pretty simple, really. When you hear somebody use the word Rizz, what you're really hearing is the modern word for effortless charm. It's a new name for a very old, very powerful social skill, just repackaged for today.
Which of course leaves us with a really interesting question to chew on, one that comes right out of the definition itself. If Rizz is an ability, is it something you're just born with, a natural gift? Or is it more like a skill in a video game, something that anyone can practice, level up, and build over time? Something to think